Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm out here relaxing in the shade. I apologize ahead of time if there's a little echo from this shot, but I don't care because it feels that good. We're gonna talk about the InfiRay Outdoors Bolt TL35, sold here in the States from InfiRay USA. Right now, this is my favorite scope. This is my go-to scope. Let's talk about it. The Bolt TL35. Guys, this is a 35 millimeter, 384, 12 micron with a frame rate at 50 hertz. It has a proprietary Matrix 3 image processor. It's pretty unreal, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of great thermal optics in this industry right now, and it was really cool to see them drop this scope. I know a lot of people, they look at it and immediately, oh, that's a Thermion. No, it's not. It looks like it, okay, because it's a rifle style looking scope, but there's many things going on the inside and also the outside that separates it from the Pulsar Thermion. I'm not gonna do any verses and I'm not gonna do any type of videos that's gonna bash somebody else. I had a lot of great success in the past with the Thermion. There was a lot of things about it that I didn't like. One of the biggest drawbacks I thought with the Thermion was the pallets and the battery life. That is something that they figured out here with InfiRay. The pallets are a lot stronger and the battery life is crazy. You're looking at almost 7 hours of battery life out of the InfiRay Bolt TL35, and that's something that we just couldn't get out of the Pulsar Thermion. I don't know if you guys remember some of the footage that I shared here on YouTube with the Pulsar Thermion, but I always used violet. That was the only pallet that I was comfortable shooting behind because the other pallets just wasn't strong enough. But it was still a good scope. It was still a good scope, and a lot of people are still using it with zero issues. But it's just cool to see somebody else doing something just a little bit different, all right? I've been using it a lot. This back here is the PWS 218 Mod 1M and 6.5 Creedmoor. Has a Vortex Razor on it right now, but this optic was actually on there. And the footage that you're gonna see on this video, any type of semi-automatic footage, most of it's coming from this gun right here. I also have another Bolt TL35 that's on my bolt action that I did a video on recently with the MDT. And I have another one that's set up for this CMMG and another rig that we haven't talked about on YouTube. I know some people are showing some interest already in this rifle. If you're interested in a YouTube video on this, let me know in the comment section and we'll talk about the PWS. But right now, we need to talk about the Bolt TL35. So I want to talk a little bit about the pros and the cons about the Bolt TL35. And I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. I'm not going to get too detailed here because a lot of the descriptions and specifications on this optic are online for you to check out. But I'm just giving some feedback from in the field. I know a lot of people get frustrated sometimes with some of these reviews or feedback on my videos, but I'm not trying to drag the video out with just detailed information that you can just Google. I just want to share my experience with the optic with you guys here on YouTube. First, we'll talk about the batteries. The inside here takes an 18500 battery right here on the side. You also have two batteries that are internal. You cannot remove those batteries, they're internal. To charge those internal batteries, you have to remove the turret on the right-hand side, and there's a USB over here. You plug that in and that will charge up the two internal batteries. Your external battery here, you can recharge with your battery bank or whatever comes with the batteries that you choose. Do not use an 18500 that has a button top, that has a little nipple sticking up at the top. You want a flat top 18500 for it to fit properly in here. Any 18500 battery with a nub, nipple, or that button on top, it will not close properly on the cap or inside the actual scope. But that is the battery operation on the Bolt TL35. Again, they're talking like 7 hours. I actually cut the unit on and set it down on the shelf, and it lasted quite some time. It was a little over 6 hours, and it never cut off. The battery icon was flashing, but it never cut off. The turret caps are aluminum. They're getting already worn out on this. The actual housing is aluminum as well. I think the only part that is plastic is the objective lens here and maybe where the buttons are in the back part, but this thing is stout. Almost everything is aluminum on it, extremely sturdy. And I'm gonna tell you guys something that's pretty badass about InfiRay is their warranty. I heard about it and I cringed and I was like, what? Like, there's no way. But 1 week turnaround. Think about anybody else in the industry right now that's selling thermal optics and you ship your thermal optic in for a repair, you already know you're gonna be waiting. But with InfiRay, they're talking about 1 week. 1 week turnaround. So if you have any type of issues with this optic, anything, send it in. Contact InfiRay, send it in, and they will get the problem resolved, or they will replace your scope with a new one within 1 week. That's pretty insane. The buttons, they're really, really friendly. So whenever you want to pick up the main menu or you want to get to your palettes, reticle, stuff like that, not your palettes, but get to your reticle and contrast and all that kind of stuff, you can just do a quick tap on the top turret, okay? And then you can do another tap holding down slightly and it will bring up your main menu. Going up and down with your turret is what's going to help you, well, going left and right with your turret is what's going to get you up and down on the menu. One thing that I don't like on this actual optic, and I'm being 100% honest with you guys, is how loose the turret is. I've actually brought this up to InfiRay, and I don't know if it's something they're going to improve over time, but I think it's just a tad bit too loose. When the thermal optic is on and you bump the turret, you can actually hear it clicking there. If you actually bump it, it will go up in magnification. That's where you go up and down in your magnification, is with the turret. I wish it was just a little bit tighter. You do your manual focus up here on front of the scope. That's how you focus. I want to say that the f-stop on this is f1.1, but it focuses pretty damn nice. And actually this focus is really stiff, which I do like, because you all know out in the field it's really easy to bump these things. The buttons back here, you have onboard recording, and also you can take an image. You can do that with the button down here in the far back, just a quick tap. That's going to be your image, and holding down and you'll see the recording, little red button pick up for you to start recording. This is power. The orange button is your power and also your calibration. You have the option to do manual or automatic. You have the brightness level, and then you also have the option over here on the left to change your palette. Guys, this thing is pretty sweet. It comes with an eye cup and it comes with a lens cap. I usually take all that crap off because it only lasts about a week with me. I destroy a lot of stuff. So usually anything that I know that could possibly fall off, I take it off. I have an Adm mount on here. This is a 30 millimeter tube with an Adm mount. It does come with rings. I'm not a fan of the rings that it comes with. If you're going to be running it on an AR, I suggest you get some type of cantilever mount. It doesn't have to be an ADM, but I feel like ADMs are just, I just think that's where it's at, man, when it comes to mounts, especially affordable mounts. But other than that, I really do love the construction and the features here on the thermal optic. So let's talk real quick about the image out of the Bolt TL35. Oh, and before I forget, this is a 3:12. I didn't talk about the magnification. It is a 3:12. If you pay attention to any of my content on IG or even over here on YouTube, I use 0 magnification. I know a lot of people do, and more power to you. I don't. I've been in a lot of situations where I'm on a group of animals and I'm all the way up in 6, 8, 10, 12 power, and let's say you missed this animal, now the animal's running. It's extremely hard to track these animals when you're cranked up in magnification. If you have a group of pigs and you're cranked up in magnification, all you're doing is handicapping yourself for follow-up shots on the other animals. A lot of people, I see them in the comment section and they make fun of me here and there for my misses, but it's obvious who's hunting and who isn't. These animals are extremely fast. Coyotes and pigs, the pigs can run up to 30 miles an hour, and it just depends on the range that you're at on them. It is no joke trying to get follow-up shots on these animals. It's not easy. And when you're cranked up in magnification, you're making those shots even more difficult. I'm going to share some of the footage here in a second with you guys on this video. The image on here is pretty amazing. I've asked InfiRay numerous times, what is the difference between the 384 and the 640s? Why is the 384 so much better than a huge majority of the 640 optics in the industry? I really didn't get an answer. I don't know. They said it has something to do with the way the cores are manufactured. And guys, it is for what you're getting, it's just extremely hard to beat. And that's the reason why I have 3 of them. Guys, MSRP on this optic is $32.99. That's MSRP. So you might be able to find these things a little bit cheaper. I remember getting into the thermal game, and I remember a decent, good, reliable scope was gonna cost you $8,000 to $10,000. I remember for years, people complaining about the price of thermals. Look where we're at now. Look where we're at now. And I know there's still gonna be some people complaining about the prices, but guys, it's slowly getting down, and the quality is getting even better. It's mind-boggling. It really is. But anyways, back to the quality of the image. It's just hard to beat, and I'm about to share it with you guys. I like Black Hot on every single thermal optic that I can run. If Black Hot isn't a good feature, then I'll go to another palette. On the RH50, the strongest palette on the RH50 is highlight mode. On the RL42, I feel like the strongest is Black Hot. On the Bolt TL35, you can get away with highlight, Black Hot, or white hot, whatever you want to use. It's pretty strong out of the Bolt TL35. It is my favorite. Everybody, different strokes for different folks. And I know I got some friends, they love the RH50. I got friends that love the Bravos. I got friends that love the RL42s. Me, it's the Bolt TL35, the RL42, the RH50, and the Bravo. We haven't talked about the RH50 yet, and we haven't talked about the Bravo. I will get there, but they're not my favorite, and I'm just keeping it 100 with you guys. The Bolt TL35 and the RL42 are my 2 favorites from InfiRay Outdoors and InfiRay USA. All right, so what you guys are about to see are a few hunts that I've had within the last few months. Again, you're gonna see some with the PWS, the 6.5 Creedmoor. You're gonna see some with the Banshee. You might see some with the 7.62 by 39. I can't remember off the top of my head. And you're gonna see a lot of bolt action. I personally like the Bolt TL35 on the bolt gun, obviously, right? Bolt TL35. The eye relief is just good. It's perfect on a bolt gun. And you're gonna see a lot of bolt action. You're gonna see a lot of coyotes getting taken out. And I'll share some of my misses too. I know some of you guys always see the highlights, you know, but it's all right to share the misses here and there, right? But again, guys, I think the image out of this thing is just extremely hard to beat, especially for the price point. But we'll get to the footage. I know you guys want to see some kill vids, so I'll get to the video. Three, two. 2. Somebody yelled, and then when he stops, we just shoot him.
Hey!
Oh, that fucker wouldn't stop. Get that boy. You ready? Yeah. 3, 2. Where you at, buddy? Where you at? All right, folks, I always end my video the same way, and that's getting repetitive and boring, all right? I just want to take this time to say thank you. There's been a lot of people, especially in the comment section here on YouTube, that has just been extremely positive, giving me feedback, suggestions, things that they want to see, etc. I appreciate that. It really is fuel to this fire that I got going right now, and I really appreciate it. It's really difficult to do this with a lot of people hating. You know what I'm saying? And there's very, very few haters in the comment section. You're gonna have trolls. You're gonna have haters. They can talk all they want, but you guys have been showing a lot of just good, positive support, man. And I appreciate you for that. We got a lot to talk about. We got some PWS rifles to talk about, at least 4 of them. We got some more thermal optics to talk about. We got some hunts to talk about. But there's also a lot of other things that we need to be talking about. I got other optics. I got calibers, suppressors that we need to be talking about. We got that Otter Creek's Lab PR30L. Ooh, that thing is ridiculous. We need to talk about that as well. But anyways, guys, I appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys in the next video.